TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donations. Shalom Ve'erev Tov, good evening. Welcome to our daily TV7 Israel News Bulletin, broadcast from Jerusalem. U.S. President Donald Trump asserts that the war versus Iran is progressing better than expected. The Iranian-proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon insists it is willing to sacrifice itself in its war against Israel. An Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev instructs his military to prepare for retaliatory attacks against Iran. The Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps has launched a couple of ballistic missiles towards Israel overnight and throughout the day today. However, the Israeli Air Force air and missile defense has successfully intercepted all of the incoming projectiles, preventing any injuries or damage. According to IDF spokesman Brigadier General Efi Defrin, hundreds of ballistic missiles, launchers, and other targets were already destroyed in aerial strikes by the Israeli Air Force, to include a first downing of the manned aircraft by an F-35 aircraft. General Defrin further highlighted considerable progress in eradicating the Ayatollah regime.
We are operating according to a systematic plan and are focused on achieving the objectives of the operation, severely damaging the Iranian terrorist regime and removing existential threats to the state of Israel over time. Air superiority and freedom of action in Iranian skies allow us to reach anywhere and attack any target. We continue to attack the terrorist regime's firing arrays. In the city of Qom, we destroyed an armed ballistic missile launcher ready to transmit towards Israel's rear. In Isfahan, we attacked an Iranian defense system designed to hit UAVs flying over Iranian skies. With each passing day, the Iranian terrorist regime weakens and loses its grip.
In parallel to offensive operations against the Ayatollah regime throughout Iran and beyond, the IDF has also stepped up its offensive operations against the Iranian-proxy Hezbollah, which continues to launch one-way attack drones and indiscriminate rocket fire toward Israel's northern communities.
We continue to systematically attack Hezbollah as well and hunt down the organization's terrorists throughout the country. So far, we have attacked more than 320 Hezbollah terror targets, about 80 of them in the last 24 hours alone. There are many commanders and soldiers who are working around the clock to harm Hezbollah and exact a heavy price from it. One of them is Major A sailor in the Navy. He was given command of a missile ship only a week ago and has already positioned himself as commander of the fighting against Hezbollah off the coast of Lebanon. Alongside hundreds of IDF fighters are deployed on defense and continue to attack throughout Lebanon.
General Defrin seized the opportunity to also assert that the people of Lebanon are not the enemy of the state of Israel.
In parallel to the attacks, we are calling on the Lebanese population to evacuate from areas where Hezbollah operates and where we are attacking. The evacuation of the population is for its own protection. Our war is not with the residents of Lebanon. We are fighting a murderous terrorist organization, an Iranian affiliate in Lebanon, which is harming the residents of Lebanon. So far, more than 300,000 residents have evacuated from southern Lebanon. Residents of the north, we are determined to act against the murderous terrorist organization Hezbollah and are intensifying the front defense of the settlements and deployed along the border. We will protect your safety.
In response to Israel's defensive maneuvers against the Iranian-proxy Hezbollah, the terror group's Secretary General Naim Qassem released a televised address from an undisclosed bunker in which he claimed that the fact that Israel had responded with force to Hezbollah's rocket barrage against Israeli communities was proof of Israel's malign intentions to expand its campaign against the Iranian proxy throughout Lebanon. Therefore, Qassem asserted, Hezbollah will fight against Israel to the very last of its men, regardless of the cost.
What Israel did after the rocket barrage is not a response. Rather, it is a prepared aggression. Read the Israeli media and the statements of some officials. They prepared for this aggression and prepared the targets. Our choice is to confront them to the utmost degree of self-sacrifice. We will not surrender. We will defend ourselves with our capabilities and our faith, no matter the sacrifices.
مهما بلغت التضحيات.
The response by Hezbollah infuriated the Lebanese leadership in Beirut. Nevertheless, a harsh exchange has been reported between Prime Minister Nawaf Salam and the commander of the Lebanese Armed Forces, or LAF, General Rodolphe Haikal, after the latter evidently objected to the LAF confronting and forcibly disarming Hezbollah north of the Litani River. The report comes after the Lebanese government had officially prescribed all of the military and security activities by the Iranian-proxy Hezbollah illegal. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Salam urged Lebanese society to welcome the Shiite community fleeing southern and central Lebanon and not to blame them for Hezbollah dragging the country into another war.
مسؤوليتنا جميعاً.
It is our collective responsibility, as a state and a society, to stand by our people who are forced to flee, and to provide them with what they need with dignity and in a spirit of brotherhood and solidarity.
It's interesting to note that earlier today, the Ayatollah regime in Iran contacted Azerbaijan, requesting help to evacuate its staff from the Iranian embassy in Lebanon. While Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev initially agreed, in tandem, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps blatantly launched an unprovoked unmanned aerial vehicle attack against Azerbaijan's Nakhchivan International Airport, striking the terminal building, while another landing near a school building in the nearby village.
Onu da bildirmeliyim ki bugün seher
I should also note that I was informed this morning that the Deputy Foreign Minister of Iran called Baku and asked Azerbaijan for help in evaluating the employees of the Iranian embassy who were stranded in Lebanon, because they were unable to do that. I was informed about that. I immediately gave the order to provide assistance and to send a plane. They even said that they were ready to pay for that. I said that it is not necessary. If we do not provide assistance now in such a difficult time, then when should we provide assistance? In return for all this, to strike Nakhchivan in an ugly, cowardly, and shameless manner, this stain will never be erased from their ugly and unsightly face. Therefore, all necessary measures will be taken through diplomatic channels. Our armed forces, the Ministry of Defense, the State Border Service, and all other special forces have been brought to level 1 mobilization and must be ready to conduct any operation.
Meanwhile, in Washington, U.S. President Donald Trump asserted that the war against the Islamic Republic of Iran was going better than he had expected.
So we're in a very strong position now, and their leadership is just rapidly going. Everybody that seems to want to be a leader, they end up dead. And it's an amazing thing that's taking place before your eyes, because for 47 years we were pushed around, and we shouldn't have been. And I think I can say, and you see it as well as I do, you see the tremendous progress that's being made. Their missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launchers are being wiped out. They're attacking their neighbors. They're attacking their, in some cases, allies, or not so long ago allies. And, you know, it's really a nation that was out of control, and they would have used it on us if we let them, if we waited any longer.
It is important to highlight that senior military officials have confirmed to TV7 that there is a growing number of IRGC, Army, and Basij forces who have defected in recent hours, refusing to return for fear of American and Israeli retribution. According to one official, this phenomenon is expected to grow as Operation Roaring Lion, as well as Epic Fury, has entered into its second phase. Meanwhile, in Berlin, after reports revealed ongoing deliberations about possibly having the Bundeswehr join in support of the United States and Israel against the Ayatollah regime in Iran, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius has now informed the Bundestag that a decision was taken against German involvement.
Deutschland ist nicht Kriegspartei. Die deutsche Bundeswehr.
Germany is not a warring faction. The German army will not participate in this war, ladies and gentlemen. Germany will do everything in its power to contribute to de-escalation and to contain the further spread of violence. I spoke with my Israeli counterpart on Sunday. I am also in contact with the American Pentagon and with my European counterparts. We call on Iran to cease its attacks, to refrain from drawing further states into the conflict, and to end its reckless and sometimes indiscriminate rocket attacks, including those on civilian targets. My ladies and gentlemen, the danger of a growing conflagration and further destabilization of the entire region is therefore enormous. And it is too great for us in Europe to simply move on with the agenda.
Als dass wir in Europa einfach zur Tagesordnung übergehen könnten.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News, which is made possible by the generosity of our viewers. Please keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem and redemption of Israel. I'm Jonathan Hassan wishing you an Erev Mevorach. God willing, until our next update, Shalom from Jerusalem.